including still the queen clothing, which I just there's nothing better. I'm sure there's better stuff, but like I can't find it. So I'm just gonna say okay, and just accept that I'm not gonna get anything better. Also, let me go get one more person here, one more dude to throw on the pile, the dude pile. As always, I have absolutely no idea what I actually want to, you know, choose for a character, so let's just take you.
Yes, Arisen.
Sure. Cool. Anyway, get me out of here. That'll work. That will work just fine. Now then, back to it. Yeah, you see, instead of being kind of like green and gross, now it's red and still pretty gross. It's like a special theme and everything.
Endless night has taken the land.
Well, anyway.
What evil is this?
And the pawn chatter still remains default, by the way, in case you were wondering. I am not turning that down at all.
Linger in the water over long.
Any boats? You can see me. Then you are one known to the dragon, found within the eternal ring. I have dire need of the Arisen's strength. Please, sir, will you lend me your aid? You have my eternal thanks. You speak now to a shadow of sorts. My flesh resides elsewhere. I would take you there now, if it please you. I ask you, is that the fate you've chosen of your own will? You are Arisen. We stand now on Bitterblack Isle, far as sea from the cove we departed. I would ask you to explore its depths.
Oh, okay. I guess. Anyway, hey, what's going on?
Were it possible, I would not send you off with so meager an explanation. But I fear I myself do not know it better. My past, my aims in coming here, all of it is lost, as in a fog. All I know is that I, like you, was called here, and am bound to stay. I sensed you in the distance and called to you for help. I knew somehow, as by instinct, that you could grant the wish of the one who dwells below. Just as I know my role here is to aid you in that pursuit.
That's very vague. Okay, then. And, of course, we got the request board. Let's do it. Oy. Couldn't have been ours to write the plot for this grind spot. Oh, well, is that so different from the rest of the game? Sure. Okay. All right, I got a bunch of those. Well, this is actually like relatively simple, all things considered, as far as the rest of the quests go for the video game. By the way, anything over here, real quick?
Mind the edge, master.
No, it appears to be some sort of. I don't know, like something. And one of them Dark Souls doors, anyway. Cool.
epitaph, perhaps?
Very helpful. Thank you. And then into the very similar to a sort of what do you call it, the Everfall dungeon kind of from before.
Heed these words, all who enter this place. Do not think. Just set one foot in front of the other, and by the Maker's love, keep swinging.
That's terrible advice. What are you talking
Moonlight
about?
lends this place an otherworldly feel. Wargs!
I'm on my way!
Their black tongues will be your doom.
Keep well clear of those fangs.
Just instantly explodes into Viscera, which is fun. But, you know, also pretty... Sure. Whatever, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay. So starting off very strong, of course, by having me fight a bunch of, yet again...
Learned a new way to fight there, Ruth.
Think well before striking.
Rift Fragment. By having me fight a bunch of dogs. You know, as you do. Still an incredibly important part of the entire game, by the way. Just simply fighting every and any hundreds of enemies that you usually come across all the time. Well, hey, though, different area, comparatively. From what I understand, at least compared to the other DLC that exists in the game, it is...
Still the time to turn back. Still the time to live.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Anyway.
Some tie to the worm.
Hobgoblin! Formidable foe!
Reaper of souls.
Also, here's Death. Oh man, this thing is so powerful. Okay then. Can I was gonna say, can I jump on top of this guy? He seems to be large enough that that would be like a thing. No, it doesn't really look like it. It's so like cartoonishly huge. And obviously, I don't really appear to be doing too much for damage. Okay. What was that? Oh, all some of my pawns died? What? How? Guys, where did you go? I need you here for, you know, something. What the hell? Okay, well, whatever. It doesn't really matter either way, to be honest. So, what does that do? Lift stone. To the entrance of the. Okay. The special type of stone only for this section of the game, as you do, you know? Honestly, I don't really know what to expect from Bitterblack Isle, aside from it's supposed to be like the harder, you know, super part of the game. So I guess we'll see what's going on with that. Hey, whatever, as it is. I don't really know what to. Yeah, it's like, oh, that's soaked in water apparently. There we go. Yeah, it's weird that apparently you don't get corpses in this place. All you get are, you know, the you don't get corpses in this place. All you get are apparently just like the enemies just explode. Whatever. Already, though, hey, it's like, it's basically a big dungeon, which I'm already liking, just based on that alone. Because, I mean, there's also, like, a different sort of map there, too. I don't know what the upper left corner means, but, I mean, I suppose I'll figure it out soon enough. A lot more traditional video game, because I feel like that is something that is, that was missing from the original game. A lot more traditional video gaming, perhaps. I don't know. Moonlight, even though I'm currently... So, hey, like, what happened to Death? Can they come back? I wasn't done fighting them. I also didn't really figure out the proper strategy to fight them either, which is kind of an important thing. Hey, Parasite, welcome to the jam. I don't know. I'm doing this now. No, I'm just back at the beginning. I was sort of hoping that was like a rift stone or something, but I guess not. Okay, well. Good start, good start. Happy to see that, happy to see that. Well, anyway, where am I going now? Is there... Can I get my pawns back, or am I just, like, without pawns for this entire thing? I mean, not that it's like pawns are super useful or anything like that, but still. Whatever. Just get on with this already. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. I feel like that is perfectly fine as far... I'm willing to take the damage rather than try and figure out where I'm supposed to jump down from there anyway. See, like I said, pawns are not, like, super useful or anything. They're mostly just good for, yeah, stopping me from getting, you know. Oh, whatever. Just hurry it up already. You and your incredibly long animations. And... Hurry it up. Now then. Oh, whatever. I'm just going to do this. Alright, imagine trying to go for weak points on enemies. It is way more difficult than it should be. Well, whatever. Yeah, I'm doing that. Got a few of these left still, after all. And then we're done. Done with what? I don't know. I mean, it's not really like I have too much of a goal as of right now. The game sort of explicitly was very vague in how it ended up, you know, presenting this entire DLC. Sort of like I don't know, man, do something. You're supposed to come here and do something. So, you know, come here and do it. Poggers. Dunno, man. Go kill the guy at the end. I mean, basically. Where am I? Cursed. Beset with a mysterious item beset with a similarly mysterious curse. Wow, did really went all out in describing this thing. I feel like I'm there. Looking at some lump of material.
What greater curse than immortality?
Well, that's it.
Welcome, good Arisen. 3 days this one. A week, perhaps. A favoured game of mine, guessing the lifespan of those who enter these halls. Nothing personal, mind. And rest easy, friend. 3 score guesses here now have yet to hit the mark once.
Ah, good. I'm glad that we're back to the old shocked/confused expression type of thing for the
Someone's
main
looking
character.
for me. Then this pit is home to stranger folk than even I'd imagined. An honest mistake, most like. I've been down here half an age, and not once have I known anyone to come calling. Now, will you have a look? I'll see
Ah,
you do.
rarefy. Requires question marks. Okay, cool. Great. Well, I mean, I suppose that's kind of interesting just by itself. Maybe there's something I can do with then. What do I got for the Queen's thing? Still have no idea. Thanks. I can toss him off the
Now,
ledge.
will you have a look?
Sure, but I won't.
I'll see you don't. What'll it be then?
What else you got here, idiot? To the entire party? What entire party? Sure, I'll grab some of these. Nostalgia dust. Octave, vivifying incense. Decade dried. Oh, yeah. Increase your maximum stamina. Ooh. Lift stone feels like something I should just go buy a bunch of these, to be honest. You got anything else of interest being sold here? Rarefy seems interesting. But, like, you know, upgrading equipment at this point is kind of painful. Then I won't bother with it. Whatever.
Now, will you have a look? No die.
I mean, spend rift crystals. Yeah. Although I do have a quest to do that. And also purify some sort of item. Which doesn't really... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that works. It doesn't really seem like something that I'm going to be able to do much of with. We'll see, I suppose. It's like, come on, that guy can super power up equipment. Surely that's worth something just by itself, right? I can't throw him off the edge of anything. Avoid key, I see. Well, I surely don't want to avoid that key. Yep. And that's the sort of quality streaming content that you get out of this stream at this early in the morning. After I've been working on this game for literally dozens of hours for the past week. And I'm further putting that off just by not actually... by instead playing the DLC right now. Whatever. Let's see how this goes. We'll just do it for a couple hours or something, and then we'll go. Because I'm definitely not doing Bitterblack Isle in the same video as all the other nonsense that I'm going to be doing. All the quests in the game, as you know. Which, by the way, I did complete all the quests in the game. I got the achievement for it and everything. Now I just need to make a big video about it that nobody's going to watch. Whatever. Has it ever stopped me before? And there's nothing in here. Where am I going? Is it here? Is it the big door? Is this the one that I came into? Thought it might have been, but maybe not. No, I need a moonbeam gem to get in here. Where do you find any of this stuff? All very useful to know that I'm going to need all this junk, but where do I actually go from this point? I mean, I now know that I need a bunch of random keys. Over here? There's a mining point, which... I only did mining because I was absolutely forced to, of course. for doing some of the random quests. I guess rift crystals are actually going to be kind of like a thing here now. What about you? High quality gameplay of a high quality game. Nope, it's the exact opposite. I'm sorry. If you were told anything else, they were wrong. Is it this one? Oh my god. Which door actually opens? Is it this one? Oh, I see. There's apparently like a little quest marker on this one. Okay. There you go. Honestly, I didn't think I had a quest specifically to go find that one. Because, like, yeah, further upgrade a weapon or purify a cursed item. I didn't think that was going to point me in the correct direction, to be honest.
Now. None of it. Pray, leave me to sleep in peace.
Sure. Oh no, of my 400,000 crystals, what am I going to do? I don't want you. You're bad.
Let us continue our exploration.
Also, your hair looks
using
really
stone
weird
as
in
a
this
hub
in this
and
lighting.
inside.
But anyway. And I'm apparently getting more rift crystals for fighting stuff on the island, so, you know, might as well, right? Well, there's Valkyrie, but you did a bad job.
Yes, Arisen. I am honored to travel with you.
I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna take, sure, you.
Yes, Arisen. I am...
I mean, honestly, I feel like maybe I should go and get more mage characters. Let's see if I regret that soon enough.
This riftstone will mend our wounds.
Oh no, the giant undead. They're like undead, but giant. It's truly an amazing sort of combination of characterization that we find here. Yeah. Time for the DS experience. Dark Sarisen. Demon Souls.
See no more death. Only craven if you will. I'll go
Oh look, it's a giant skeleton. It's like a skeleton, but even larger than a normal skeleton.
He's quite skilled with the blade.
Yeah, real skilled with the blade. Look at how incredibly skilled that guy was.
What else would you expect?
Let's say opening up
with
some
my
chests
help?
may be risky. Whatever. I'll cross that stone when I get there.
Even the same path can offer different views to the hungry going.
I'm glad I got the comedy voice guy. Yep, that would be a giant undead. Oh, they really went all out for the character design for these ones.
Human bones that move on their own.
And I said it earlier, but I'll say it again. I am not turning down the pawn chatter at all. Like, not even a little bit. I refuse to. It's part of the game experience, you understand. It's like, it's Capcom wants you to know... okay, up to the right. Capcom wants you to know to have the pawns chatter this much all the time. Still. Giant skeleton. I mean, I guess it was death. Pawn faster. Come on. You too. There we go. You do seem to get a lot of rift crystals in this area. Not that I really think there's a... I kind of thought the fact there was a bunch of arrows in this guy meant that it's like, you know... There's a reason I might want to shoot it with arrows. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So, The Midnight Helix. The Helix of Midnight.
Ugh, this smell. isn't a sword.
I mean, aside from being pretty gross, although I will, you know, I will take the sour ambrosial meat. Where
This
is
looks
it?
interesting.
I saw that somewhere around here. Ah, whatever.
My beloved, I had hoped to leave this life held in your strong arms. Farewell.
Shall we leave it be? Please? Arisen, I am at your side.
Huh.
Is this giant too a prisoner here?
Oh, I started being shot at by like a wizard or something.
Work of the darkest magic.
What the hell? Who's doing that? Who's Dark Souls 2'sing me around here? Get out of here. Oh, of course. It should be pretty simple to take care of, though. Okay, well, you know, I guess it's probably if it even is possible to fight the big giant. One, we should move the one much like first off. How do my ambrosial stuff? I want that. One, much like Hollow Knight, we should really remove the big weapon before trying to fight him. I'm just saying. Man, this thing does not get knocked down here. It's like saying there's a bunch of stab wounds on a guy, so you stab him a bunch more times thinking something would happen. No, it's like seeing a statue that has a place to insert a knife or something, and then you put it in there, and then it opens up with the secret bookcase or something like that. Have you ever played a video game before? Come on, it's context clues. They show you what you're supposed to be doing. And then things happen. It's like seeing a lock and putting a key into it. What do you think was going to happen? Oh, Bitterblack Novelty level 3. And there's the void key. So, hey.
What garden of strange delights is this? What forgotten paradise? What font of endless diversion?
Shall we leave it be?
I'm coughing.
The stench of blood. And at the very mouth of hell itself.
Okay. Oh, you're not a monster. I'm sorry, you sort of look like a monster.
Shall we leave it be, please?
Okay. Well.
Perhaps we do well not to disturb it.
Whatever. Let's disturb it for fun. Yeah, I'm having fun. You having fun, chat?
Shall we leave it be? Please?
No.
Its every blow is deadly. Be careful.
Yeah, since I couldn't grab onto it from the top.
Giant too, a prisoner here.
Yeah, maybe, but now it's about to be a dead guy.
Perhaps we do well not to disturb it.
It's like an ogre, but really big. Okay, let's go. Start it up.
Giant has torn free of its bite.
Cool, poggers. Oh, stamina. Now, I have no idea if that was a good idea, but I did it anyway. It probably wasn't a good idea. I know, it's mad with rage, everybody. Look out. Alright, here we go. Sorry, they made it very specific that you can't really... Here, you know what, is mad with rage. Now it can hit through the wall, though, of course. Ah, whatever. I'll turn every corpse I want to into a thin cushion. Corpses don't exist on this island anyway. That's not a real corpse. They explode into viscera.
I'll provoke it further still.
Yeah, no, keep provoking it further still. That's a good idea. Man, this guy's got a lot of health. I feel like I should probably go figure out exactly what the weakness is or something first before trying to fight him, but at the same time, I'm going to do it anyway. Because, I mean, you know. That's how you learn what the weakness is, right? Oh, come on now. Stop being enraged for like 5 seconds already. Come on. He's so much health. I don't even know why I'm bothering reviving these guys. They're just going to die almost immediately again.
Please help me.
And they already have died yet again. I'll make sure I get the stamina back before trying anything too ridiculous here. But as long as I'm able to like land on the head here. Nope. Ow, why even bother trying to break free? What do you even do? Oh, you try to eat me anyway. Ah. Ah. Yeah, sure. I have plenty of them.
I cannot move.
Did actually restore health from that, though.
I've learned a new way to fight better.
Well, what have you learned, my dude? Nom through the helmet. Yeah, I was sort of thinking it's just like, what is it going to do? Is it just going to like shove me into the helmet with the big spikes on it and whatnot? Oh man, this is... Well, apparently it does not get not enraged, so... I don't know if there's too much point in trying to fight it right now, because I really don't know what the actual strategy is. Oh, I mean, I suppose, I don't know. Well, like this door here. Yeah, it seems to be it. Okay. Okay, whatever. You know what? You guys all are... Like, seriously, you guys are all terrible if you can't even survive for 5 seconds. It's a big lumbering guy. It's not really a super complex type of character to fight. Back to it. All right, well, there's at least one of the first... Oh, great, there's more... Dang, I was hoping that I was going to be able to. 10 macabre sculptures. Oh boy.
The air is heavy, somehow sad.
Oh, gonna cape. Alright, well. Yeah, it's like it just... I mean, obviously, you know, there's a way to take off the helmet, but I don't... You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if it's the exact same way to take off the helmet as with, like, all these other Cyclops stuff. Probably should have checked on that first, right? So Liftstone, going back to the start of Bitterblack Isle, I see is like maybe... I don't know if it's possible. I might want to set a port crystal over into like the actual garden area thing here itself. Seems like a not entirely bad idea.
Is host only to those with some tie to the world.
Because, yeah, otherwise it seems like I'm going to be making a pretty hefty run every time I use one of these lift stones. Just a feeling as of right now. But I mean, we'll see, I suppose. And okay. So I got the Void Key. There's only so many places that could possibly be using that sort of thing, right?
This an alchemist's paradise, this. But it's time I don't begrudge. Could be. Now, will you have a look?
Have I figured out how to rarefy anything yet? No.
Now,
Whatever you actually use to rarefy stuff. I don't have it. It's probably beating those bosses. You know. As you do. As you do. Yep. Pathing's still very much on point for this game. Well, there goes my Void Key. Maybe I should have tried to forge that, but then again, I don't know if that's useful for, like, multiple areas or something.
It's meaningless. The lot of it is mad.
Okay. What are these things? Oh, grubbins. Look at that. What are these little grub guys? They're dead now, but still. Sort of interesting just by itself.
Pray, halt me no more. I can go no further.
Griffin. No. Tis hideous.
It's hideous and far stronger than a common goblin. There we go. Oh, come on. Well, fine. Secret softener actually probably going to be useful.
It's down. I'll give it my steel. Are you all right, Master?
Sort of. Okay, we good? I have no stamina, though. So that might be something of a problem for actually fighting this thing. I mean, first off, I need to get rid of all the ads, but, you know, Dragon's Dogma must sort of expect that, right? There we go. Good, good, good. What are these rift crystals? Come on. Ah! Honestly, I should probably just try shooting it with an arrow or something instead. Because it's just like this is, of course... Oh, what? Fine. See if I can get it on the ground here first. Right, so just do this a lot more. I got rid of the first health bar at least. I don't know what exactly it takes to knock this thing down, but does take a lot. Also, I'm doing fine damage with the bow. You know, not as good as I want it to be, but, like, it's enough. Yeah, if you're not going to allow me to climb on you, then we'll just do it this way then, eh? Alright, well, whatever. I guess this will probably be more effective than pretty much anything else now, won't it? Okay, and... a couple more shots here. I should do it. Cool. Hey, thanks, Caroline. I'm not going to revive you because you're just going to keep complaining. And honestly, I have plenty of other things to do. Slick Black Pinion. And Luna Niece, whatever that is. Well, if that's the boss of this area comparatively, it's a significantly easier sort of one to do. Yeah, you thought I was going to get hit by that, didn't you? Well, I wasn't. There was never any point in time that I was in any danger. All right. What else we got? What else? What else? I mean, honestly, it's just like a bird kills bird. Was that really a bird? It's a weird monster. Oh, really now? Now let's yet again more variants of this sort of stuff too. It's more like a bird than you are. Ah, whatever. I'm also a doctor. I get you know, a lot more credit. Stupid ogres. Oh, whatever. Regular ogres shouldn't really be too much of a threat, all things considered. We've got to keep on keeping on here. Trying to get on the head, of course. Nope, not quite. There we go. That'll work. Okay, well, not if it's doing that. Let's just go right for the back again, then. The most powerful, this really is the most powerful sort of, ow. Ah, whatever, just do it already. Clip yourself right into this pillar and start eating me, please. Really the most powerful move in the entire game, which is to say stab an enemy's brain and then just kind of wiggle the sword around a bit. Fine. Apparently it's gonna apparently it's gonna make me do this. Okay, finally. Now, it didn't actually make me do that, but it's... I really thought that it was going to. Okay, anyway. That's enough of that. So, I mean, there's still the big giant. Like the big giant, who I feel like is kind of the major goal to go fight right now. Near as I can tell. But at the same time, too, I don't know. It's like it could very easily also be, you know, pretty much... there's still plenty other areas right now to get to. I do wonder if the bosses are going to be getting any more difficult than this. It does sort of seem like that's what they're building up to, but at the same time, it could also be just that, you know, it's just that one character. Who knows? And I'm sure probably as soon as I know the gimmick for fighting the giant character is going to be... It's going to make it a lot easier. I just don't know what the gimmick is just yet. Alright, the Grim Goblin guys. Well, he's like Grim Hobgoblins now. We'll see. Hang it. They are starting to give like a lot of experience comparatively, so I guess there's that alone, which is kind of nice. Still, though, I mean, there was death, I suppose, at the very beginning there, but that didn't really do much of anything. We killed all my pawns, but I mean, what doesn't? Like, they are not a very hardy bunch. Whatever, I take so little damage from it. It doesn't matter. Now then, is this the magic key that I'm looking for? Nope, it's some sort of gear. Now the question is, am I going to find better gear than the namesake sword of the game? I don't think this is the namesake, but maybe it is. You don't know. It's like, think about it. It could easily be that this game was named after this dumb sword that I got from the dragon. It's not impossible that that's the case. I'm just saying. By the way, the sword's name is Dragon's Dogma. That's right. That's why it's called Dragon's Dogma. The Draconic Dogma is a sword. If you thought that it was going to be anything a little bit more complicated or interesting than that, then you are sorely mistaken. Now then, oh, this place is a maze, but I guess I'm just going out the garden area and running through over here. Hey, Death, you want to show up again? I'm willing to fight you. No? No, no. Doesn't want to show up. Ah, well. Mac, the gutter of misery. That's what I like to call my stream. Welcome. Welcome, tea time, to the gutter of misery. Here today, we're feeling miserable. We're, you know, we're doing it. Oh, Healing Spring. Don't have any empty flasks. In fact, there was an empty flask just right out there. Sure. Look, there's rats, too. Look, little rats. Can I pick them up? No. Honestly, I'm not even going to bother, like, spawning anything, because I know they're just going to die immediately. Hatsune Miku already published her album as Vocaloid. No, not yet. I'm still working on it. I have all the footage recorded now for the stupid video that I'm going to be doing. It's just, you know. I need to actually go do the thing now. I need to actually go record all the stuff now. There's also places to mine here. Oh, hey.
When I was made arisen, I asked myself just from the very
beat
start,
the dragon.
I'd no
Kill the
interest in
dragon.
chasing after my
Kill the
heart.
dragon.
If eternity was mine to pass as I saw fit, I'd pass it doing what I liked. That was my answer.
It's a pretty simple sort of thing that you're supposed to do if you become arisen. You kill the dragon.
And what of you? You the type to buy into talk of duty and fate and all that?
A different Dragon's Dogma? Well, this is Dark Arisen. This is like the remake that came out in 2017.
I've stopped thinking about it, truth be told. Like as not, there is no real answer.
Barak, I've already killed the dragon. You have your heart back.
Now, will you have a look? I'll see you don't.
Like,
No,
did you not notice that you have your heart back? Because you have your heart back, my dude. Like, that is a thing. Well, whatever. Oh man, I can get a bunch of these if I want to. But, you know. I don't. What do you got? More novelties. Oh boy. Still don't even know what to do with them. I mean, if I define whatever the character is that... Oh, more boards too. Hey, what do we got? Mommy. Okay, well then. I guess that's that. Blood red crystals. No idea what that is. Unseen rival. Gore Cyclops and Soul Flare. Wait, that's not even in... Well, I mean, I guess I can go do that one. That's not even in the... Oh, nice. Look at a skeleton. Fell asleep on top. I'll look at a skeleton sleeping on the job. Anyway. Okay, well. This is a weird area. Like, what? Okay, well, you'll go slay the Gore Cyclops in Soulflare Canyon, just real quick. Just kind of get that out of the way. Doesn't really seem like a particularly difficult thing to do. Cyclops are not very powerful at all. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe. Ah, bats or bugs. Whatever. What else? Well, I guess this is what we're doing right now. Oh, great! It's these little guys. I do not like them. They're very annoying, and they tend to be invincible for like a surprisingly huge portion of any fight that I end up doing. Whatever. I'm gonna fish eye stone. As it is right now, these do not seem to be particularly powerful creatures, so... Best sorted for seasoned adventurers. Yeah, my dog, I have beat the dragon twice! I've done every quest in the game! What do you mean, seasoned adventurers? Do you think I'm not a seasoned adventurer? Do you think that I am not an incredibly, incredibly handsome seasoned adventurer here? Because I am. I'm like, you are hard pressed to find anybody that's more seasoned than myself.
Want to end the great cycle, to free the world. Yet here I reach my meager end, lost.
Oh, there's also a big eyeball here. Ow. Can't see either now. Anyway. Yeah, sure, you know what? Give me my maximum stamina. And also do this, too. Oh, that means salt and pepper on chicken isn't seasoned. Oh, fair enough. I don't really consider that, to be honest. It's true, I do consume a lot of salt. Not as much pepper, to be honest. This is so dumb. Okay, here we go. Anyway, well, this thing has a huge amount of health, which I'm not like a super huge fan of that. I'll probably be able to do something about it, right? I mean, it is doing something. Oh, great. I don't even know what's happening. Did I get, like, grabbed by the tentacle? I think we should start from the beginning again. No. I haven't even put out the video on it just yet. I don't know what's happening even right now. The darkness takes so long to dissipate. I can see the eye. Or, I mean, I would be able to see the eye if I could see anything. Think I'm going downstairs right now? I apparently just picked up something. That's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Now there's giant tentacles. Okay, got it. What? Huh? I'm not even entirely sure what exactly caused that to happen. But I guess I'm not going to question it. Okay, well, anyway. Increase the contrast on your TV. It's already huge. Ugh! Oh, you had such a fun time with it last time. Time to have it happen again. So, you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to go put in my contacts. Ah, yeah, I haven't done that just yet. Ah, there. Now I can see again. Okay, now then. I mean, look, we're missing out on this incredibly amazing gameplay after all. I think I saw something on the ground that said, like, examine? Let's gather. Oh, hey. Items. You know what, here, I'll kill one of the tentacles. I think that's what I just did. Really, I don't, am I? I don't know what's happening. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. It was something exploding. Yeah, I use a Wagstone. Got plenty of them. And we're right back into it. There's a good gameplay. Teach one of your Pokemon hidden machine one flash to see. You know, this is what we call here on the channel a really good fight. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of like interesting mechanics at play here, all of which you have to pay attention to be able to actually beat the boss. You can see. So what do I actually do here to, like, is it like stand behind this or something? Yes, okay. I think I get it well enough now. Now, how did I knock it down that one time? I don't know. There's also Big Tentacle, in case you want to. Knock achieved wisdom. Well, I mean, I didn't realize it was one of those type of fights. You understand? This is actually Pokemon. Literally Pokemon. I gotta wait for my stamina to get back up. Secret sauce to knocking it down. I mean, I suppose it's just. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm almost done with this fight anyway. Should probably stand behind this, given that it killed me last time by exploding. Feels like a good idea. So. Yep. Honestly, I see no reason to risk it, especially because the tentacles are, of course, all you know, over there anyway. Okay. Cool eyeball. Oh, come on now. Who you mind? He's casting spells at me, but then again, it's just like, hey, I think I should probably just spend my time, you know, walking around a little bit here instead of not standing in a single spot. There you go. 140,000. Okay, so what is the secret to knocking it down? What did I even do? Because I just walked underneath it, and that worked, I suppose. But like, I don't know. I don't know. Is there something more than that you're supposed to be doing? Like Stone Shard. You have to you got to stab itself in the eye while it was looking down with a giant tentacle. Oh, that's weird. Huh. Yeah, no, I definitely would not have seen that coming. Rift the Bi-Crystal, Abyssal Eye. I mean, yeah, because it's just kind of like I just walked underneath it. I'm like, did I hit a button or something? It's like the fact that I was blinded for most of the time definitely did not really help. Whatever. Well, beat it. All right, everybody. We got the first major boss of Darkest Dungeon 2 done. If only my pawns were there to see that, but they would have died instantaneously. What can I say?
Well, this is a surprise. Can you just come and go as you please, then? Huh, I thought everyone come to this place was lost to the world outside, myself included. Oh well, that's the exception what proves the rule, or so they say.
Barak, that makes no sense at all.
Now, will you have a look?
Now then. Well, whatever it is I need to actually...
Now, will you have a look?
Whatever it is I need to actually upgrade my weapons, I still cannot do so. Maybe one day. Corridor of Emptiness. So, where am I going right now? Because I want to go fight the Gore Cyclops or whatever that is.
Regret is that I will not see my homeland.
Your homeland's gone forever.
Forgive me, my brothers. I take on.
I thought I was being grabbed by death there. Wait, what happened to death? You know, let's try to get sets from the cursed junk. I don't know what do I do with the cursed junk though? Like I've gotten some cursed junk. I don't know what to do with it though, is the thing. It's like if there's a specific like NPC or something that I'm supposed to talk to, I haven't found them just yet. Yeah. Hey, what's going on over there? Death? Hi, Death. Your lantern, your weak point. that a thing? Would your weak point be a lantern? You know what? I don't think it's worth fighting death right now. Giant skeleton. Fighting death seems to be a pretty... not... Wow, that didn't actually even do it. There's a giant skeleton on fire! Oh no! Thinking purify them with the lady, the same that's been nagging you to come to the island. Boy, has she been nagging me. Literally throughout the entire game. Literally in like, oh, look, it's a rat, everybody.
But I would not wish this fate on any other.
Alright. Okay, fine, I'll put the rat down. Jeez. You're gonna be like that. Anyway. You're not even spooked over yet. Isn't it, though? Something strong can be summoned to the stone. It appears the memories of somebody have... Oh, that's good. That means I don't have to pick it up. Well, I guess I can go back to the start of the island. It's just there's so much junk. Oh, mat roll. Yeah, you know what? Here, I'll just get on with it here. It's only Spooktober. It's true. Spooktober is still a couple weeks away. Hey, a week and a half. And still, I do uncurse things.
'Tis slow work, but I've been endeavoring to remember more about myself. It seems I, too, was one linked to the worm by fate. In my questing, I came to this place, yet the will of some other entity took hold of me and bound me here. The words I spoke begging your aid were not mine, but theirs. Beyond that is still a haze.
Okay. Yeah, great camera work. Yeah, that's Dragon's Dogma for you.
I am versed in the purification of cursed artifacts. Should you in your travels find such ensorcelled objects, pray, bring them to me. The procedure requires but a few rift crystals, and it is a service I would gladly tender. The truth remains that if I am to save him, I need your help, Arisen.
Still on that darkest dungeon grind, yep. Hatsune Miku does not have a halo, she has a tiara. Okay, well. Grants a chance that any attack would reduce. Well, it's not bad. Poggers. Boost. Uh-huh. Well, okay. Thanks, purification summary.
The truth remains that if I am to save him, I pray.
So, do I just get that? Oh, I also have one more novelty. So is that something I gotta read, or is I guess I can just switch it right now.
In my earliest memories.
Welcome to the grinding part.
The truth remains
Oh
that
boy,
if I am
that's
to
what I want to
save
hear.
him, if there is aught I can do.
No, I
If
think I
there
do
is
actually have to
aught
use
pray.
it, but where do I use it? Where is... So where is the augment then? Did I just not see it there? Whatever. Oh, purified items are sent to storage. I did not see that. Obtain one abyssal eye. Well. All right. Slay the goblin shamans of the Witchwood. Okay. I can do that. All right. Well, real quick, though, let me go and get rid of all my junk. Yeah, sure. Looks a world is mine-ish? I mean, she's wearing the queen's outfit, and the outfit which the queen has. All right, hey y'all.
Have your pick. What will it be?
I gotta deposit so much junk you can't even imagine the amount of junk I gotta deposit, my dude. Flask of oil. Yeah. Just throw it all in here, baby. No, I actually do need that. Bitterblack novelty, wake stone, all this, all of that, all that. God, I got so much. Okay, good. There we go. Can you please deposit your junk in my mouth? Of course. I don't know, this is what Hatsune Miku looks like. And what Fancy Dan looks like. Eventually. At one point in time, that's what we're all gonna look like. That's how it works. Alright, idiot. Welcome back. The thing. I gotta go grab the stuff out of storage. Because I want that augment that gives me the ability to like survive with 1 HP. I feel like that's probably a decent sort of take. Hey you. Hey Diane.
Yes, Arisen. I am honored.
What's a little ditty about Jack and you?
Yes, Arisen.
Okay, one of the people just appears to be Celine. Yep, one of the people is just Celine. The witch. Weird. Anyway. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Frankly. It's not something to worry about. The thing.
Take a hero. And now, have your pick. What will it be today?
Withdraw. Okay, it's not special, apparently. Is it... No. No. A quill. No. Probably tools? Yeah? Okay, you know what? I'm asking once again. I'm asking chat once again. Where is this? Where do you find this stupid thing? I just want to get my cool stuff. So I'm gonna get my cool augment. I got no idea. There's so much junk all over the place. Whatever.
Come again, sir.
I have no idea how exactly, how often it actually procs anyway. Oh yeah, let's just real quick go and do, Barda Crags. What item are you looking for? I'm looking for one of the augments that gives me the ability to not die when dying. Which is what I would really like, but you know, of course I can't. Can't find. Whatever. It's probably not important.
This fortress is meant to protect Granseas from the dragon. It does look very solid. It is a grander structure.
Have you heard of the Loathing series of games? Well, the Kingdom of Loathing? I used to play that back in the day. Not anymore, though. Like Gore Cyclops. Goreclops. No, it's Cockatrice Slicker. Should have... Yeah, here we go. They since had 2 Steam releases. Whatever. Further upgrade, something that's been blah blah blah. Strengthen the Wormfire, macabre sculptures, blood red crest. There we go.
My ill like the look
I'll
of
take
this.
that.
So where exactly? It does not give me any information on where exactly it is.
Tis far stronger than a common goblin.
The air is
There's an NPC called Fancy Dan. Well, they probably stole that from me.
Shorten a leg.
Are you a Gore Cyclops?
Two arms,
I think?
Cyclops.
Yes.
Arisen, I am at your side.
Evidently, this is a Gore Cyclops. Oh, come on now.
More vicious than the Cyclopeans outside. Find an opening, then strike.
Every blow is deadly. Be careful.
Large or small, any monster can be slain. No, they hold the advantage.
Go.
I'll draw it near. Do not just attack blindly.
Slay it where it lays.
No, I should have copyright that character.
Every blow is deadly. Be careful.
There you go.
I have a hold on it. Strike at the eye.
before they can use their voice.
Don't let them drag you off.
It's more vicious than the Cyclops
I'll
outside.
have it where it's weakest.
Large or small, any monster can be slain.
To the bone.
It's feeble.
What is the difference between a Gore Cyclops and a regular Cyclops, aside from slightly more health? I wonder.
Tis too powerful. Every blow is deadly. Be careful.
Large or small, any monster
come on.
can be slain.
Ah, whatever. Do I still have any more of those salubrious brews? No, I do have King Warish, which I mean, I suppose that's good.
Root is as slow as it is large.
I'll act as bait.
Still, okay. You know what?
We must
Yeah,
be
having him
cautious.
eat one of my stupid NPCs who are stupid and bad at video games is actually significantly better than me getting eaten. Nah, of course. Whatever. Why does everyone say tis and not it's? Because, you know, they're just old-fashioned. It's sort of in the same way that having a British accent makes you fancier, right?
Grab it where it's weakest. None may touch
What?
the arisen.
Bro, come on.
Fierce and raw. Open your eyes.
Ugh. Yeah, use the Wake Stone. Whatever. I got a bunch of these things. Maybe I'll even go get more from the...
Help me.
Troubling foe.
Maybe I'll even go get more from the Everfall after this or something. There you go.
We have triumphed.
Was but a
We
spark.
did indeed triumph. Sort of. Whatever. As it is, that takes care of that. That takes care of that story. Whatever. Slay all the shamans and the goblin, the witchwood goblin. Got it. I should be able to do that one pretty good too. No. No. Did I put a thing? Yes. Here we go. Fancy Dan is the useless man. I mean, it might help if I actually took him out of the starting clothes. Maybe. Honestly, probably not. Let's be real here. Like, I do not have any at all faith in the ability for my
This forest. The wood is
pawns to actually do anything.
almost as if it means to hide.
They exist literally to try and just stop me from getting.
This
Oh,
place
right.
rich and valuable resources.
This entire
What
thing
seems
can't
no
even go back
common
there.
rock.
They exist to stop me from getting eaten or whatever when I get caught by something.
Yet, for all the
And that's
danger,
all.
this home feels quite comfortable here. Magic. Not similar.
And they also don't do a very good job of that, as evidenced by the previous thing. So, you know.
Is that a goblin?
You look like a goblin shaman.
Get it. It grows with
So,
a like
yeah, there's 5 of them. Yeah, see another one right here. So yeah, just look for anything that's casting spells, I suppose. Easy enough. Arisen. They do a better job of it with proper gear. Hey, blame the internet. I'm grabbing these guys straight off the internet here, and they are still bad. They are still... Dragon's dead. I've gotten its dogma and everything right here. Right here. There it is. I'm in Fancy Dan in particular. Yeah, well, how is making Fancy Dan better going to help with anybody else? Because I got 3 characters here and they're all bad. And like, could you not tell from the fact that the apocalypse has happened? I missed it. Oh, don't worry, you'll get to see it a bunch of different times. Can you do it again? Here, I'll just show you. Let me go just grab out the footage. Then stream it because it's going to be a video for stuff. I'm just going to do the video thing, you understand? It's very important. Which one would be the... Just a dragon. No. No, this is me grinding more stuff. I don't think that one... probably not. Maybe this one?
All right, master?
No, this is me fighting a Hydra. Probably this one. This one seems likely. No, I think this is just me grinding again on the many grind quests that exist in this game. There's a lot of them. No, this is still grinding. Is it this one? Jesus Christ, how many videos in this do I have? This is... I think this one's just grinding. I have so many videos of... Is this the one? Oh, this is me fighting a Drake. Oh no, this one might be it. Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, just take the sweet ass time here, but you know.
Fight.
Yeah, let's just get the actual fight itself here. Because it does take a while, after all. Oh yeah, there's Hatsune Miku doing the Hatsune Miku thing. We need to go climb up to the heart or whatever. And then she flew into the stratosphere and died. Yeah, I remember that. It's just like... Because I was being very lazy with doing it. Oh my god, this sequence takes so long. There's a replay? This is not a replay. This is what I did off screen. So, what else we got here?
For turning back is past. The world will have its answer. You or me. Death.
Everyone's favorite cutscene that happens way too much.
If you would gain aught, give your all here and now. Such is the contest.
And I try to figure out how exactly I'm going to be able to jump on top of the dragon. It does not work. You really got to wait until you get like an opportune attack for that to actually happen. Can't always just use the bow, you know?
To be stricken with cowardice, Arisen.
And there's where I decide it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to go jump on top of the dragon's head and start stabbing it there. But apparently, the fighter has a pretty large hitbox, larger than you might think.
This moment for those who will not give themselves whole to their cause.
Struggle as best you can.
Nope, good stuff.
Attack the heart!
Yeah, and here's the point where I just give up and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just use the bow then.
Your teeth of steel, your blood-red voice. Show me your power.
Wait, maybe I can actually get onto the heart here. Yeah, it's, the climbing's so finicky. Come on. He talks. Everybody in this game talks pretty much constantly.
Slay me, and with me death itself. Stay the fires of
Again, here's where I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever. We'll just do the bow then instead. Look, if it's gonna be too hard to climb up on top there, we'll just do the bow. It targets women above all else. It's true. Can I get it? Yeah, I actually got it there. Like, just barely, but I was able to actually hit the heart. Okay, fine.
Since the heart alone is vulnerable, none may touch the earth.
Mind those claws!
Yep. Good old command grabs. Honestly, I just started using a bunch of those because they were really weighing me down.
Quickly! The heart is unprotected!
Yeah, guys, you just gotta attack the heart. It's really easy. Yeah? Nope, didn't quite get on top of the heart, so damage is severely... Wait, he's actually doing the grab move. Grab move is good for being able to have a lot of time to actually climb around on top of it. There we go. Why did nobody else? Well, you have to open up the heart first. It's not normally open.
This fire, this pain.
Why is the heart in the middle? Because it's a dragon. I don't know. Ask the Seneschal.
Is the self-same pain I once
That is true, though. Fancy Dan's, like, some of the pawn's biggest contributions to the entire playthrough has just purely been getting grabbed by dragons or drakes or whatever.
Attack when it reels!
Now, Master, aim for his heart.
How? What do you mean aim for its heart? It's flapping its wings.
Strike at its heart!
Mind those fangs!
Must get at its heart.
Find an opening, then strike.
Isn't that what pawns are about? Look at said Elden Ring summons. Yeah. What do you mean? Elden Ring summons are super overpowered comparatively. But then again, maybe that's just because I use the most overpowered ones. And mostly I didn't even use them at all in the first place. Anyway, hit the damage cap, and that means we gotta go do the cutscene thing.
sits at the very heart of all creation.
Yeah, I know.
We are the axis about which
You are literally the most important person in the entire universe. I know, Grigori, I know. You played Elden Ring. Shut the fuck up. Ugh. Remember, chat, in Dragon's Dogma, you are literally the most important person in the entire world. What? Wait, did you miss the entire Elden Ring saga? Man, that was like ongoing for 2 months.
Show that you possess power fit to best me, or your world is forfeit unto ruin.
I can't believe you missed the entirety of the Elden Ring saga. That was the most piss baby that I was for a really long time. Well, basically since I had to do this.
As sure as the rest.
Played that game both on stream and as a series on the channel.
I can reach it.
And hated it.
How do we fight such a thing?
Had we the means to
Don't know if you can actually hit it from here. But I'm trying because I don't really have too much of anything else to do. Well, look, the thing is, it's like the dragon is, you know, not really supposed to win the fight, which is why he doesn't just, you know, fly most of the time. Otherwise, he would be able to pretty easily win this fight. Okay, and then here's your actual, like, point that you're supposed to hit him. There you go. Is the series unlisted now? No, it should still be there. I don't see any reason. It might be blocked because a lot of Souls games tend to get just, like, blocked in different countries because, for whatever reason, some random person feeds a playthrough they did into the copyright machine. And sometimes that just, like, stops it. Yeah, go and watch the Elden Ring series. It beat like Margit at level 2 with an unupgraded Claymore and no summons. That was fun.
Surpass me if you would truly be the one to take.
No, whatever, just grab. I'm sorry, I can't walk through your armpit here, Grigori. If you're gonna kind of like move a little bit. Whatever.
the heart arisen? Attack the heart.
Attack the heart arisen.
Quickly! The heart is unprotected!
Yeah, you can see that pretty much it's like, as soon as I actually get onto the heart, I do like absolutely stellar damage, but it takes so long to actually make that happen.
Now, Master!
Yes, I remember now. This sensation.
Yeah, shut up, Grigori. Anyway, there you go. There's me fighting the dragon. I hope you all enjoyed. Ah! I can't find it anywhere. I'm gonna go look at my channel right now, and I'm gonna go type in. I mean, that was the first time I fought the dragon. I fought the second time then. Elden Ring. Yeah, I got like part 6. Oh yeah, right. Where it's just like people told, and then yeah, but after part 4, people told me to stop putting spoilers in the title, which is to say the areas I go to. So I just started naming them like part 5, part 6. Elden Ring, last updated March 22nd. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where's my give me a link. It's not giving me a link for this. Got anything here? Videos, details. Here we go. Right there. There you go. There's Elden Ring. How can you not find Elden Ring? Like, I don't know. How difficult is it to just type Elden Ring into the search bar? For my channel. Their torture was about to end. I mean, for Dragon's Dogma, we're doing Dark Arisen now.
Wolves hunt in packs.
People, how difficult is it to just search for a series on my channel? I feel like YouTube should do something about this. This is not the first time that I've heard that I've had somebody be like, I couldn't find if you played Rain World. It's like, what do you mean? You just type it into the search bar. Search channel for Rain World. Nah, YouTube. I blame you for this. What build did you choose? Melee? Okay. Good stuff. Anyway, good confusing stuff. I have no idea why I did that. And I guess I'm not going to question it, really. Well, then. Where are the rest of these goblin shamans? Oh, it seems I watched the first 2 episodes. See? Doesn't that say a lot about the quality of that series? It's not worth watching, to be honest. Go watch, like, somebody else play the video game. They probably did a better job than me.
You'll never hit them swinging blindly.
Never hit them swinging blindly. Never.
That goblin bears a staff.
Wait. Where? Where is there a goblin that bears a staff? Because I'm literally just here to look for those guys. Did we kill him? Evidently. Good. Just looking for... I even left a comment on the first video. See, I think that speaks to how bad that series was. I don't think it's worth watching. I would recommend skipping it and instead watching Betrayer. Yeah, it's basically unwatchable. Yeah, whatever. You got your one series. That's all you get. If you want to make me play something else, then you can pay the money or the channel points, whichever one you want. I have given you a full super series. I mean, I'm about to give you a mega-sode for Dragon's Dogma. You still haven't play my game on the list? Yeah, you know what? In fact, I'm gonna actually remove that game and I'm gonna replace it with Dragon's Dogma again. I feel like that's a fair trade-off. Because I already gave you this one, right? No, but really, what is it? So that I can remove it. I didn't ask for this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you not the one that rubbed the lamp and said, I didn't think your series was, I didn't think your first series was very good? And I said, well, wish granted, motherfucker. Who did this to yourself? No, I did not. You did it to me. Like I said, you're the one that you rubbed the lamp. You answered the letter. Can't believe you would do that to me. And yet you did. And now I have to play Dragon's Dogma. I had to play Dragon's Dogma for 80... Let me check it real quick. I had to play Dragon's Dogma for... Drag on these nuts Dogma balls for... what was it? Here we go. Dragon's Dogma. Past 2 weeks, 83.8 hours. 83.8 hours. And it's just like, and you're like, no, I'm not culpable for that. Yes, you are. Take responsibility, Mournblade. Come on, Mournblade, take responsibility.
Wolves hunt in packs.
Oh, come on now. Ah. Out of the way. Take responsibility for me playing this game for 85 hours in the last 2 weeks. That's in addition to like the 40 hours that I played, you know, the original time that I played the game.
You're a slippery target.
Think about it. Now tell me what the game was that you suggested so that I can remove it from the list. That you're going to force me to play so I can remove it from the list. As punishment. Or at the very least put it super bottom. so that it gets done last.
I've learned a new way to fight.
Nope. Nah, fine. Well, I'll just guess. It was Wolfenstein, wasn't it? I kind of remember you saying that it was Wolfenstein before.
You're a slippery target.
Then fine, Wolfenstein
Keep well clear of those fangs.
will be done last now. After everything else. We've already been ignoring it. I haven't been ignoring anything. Some game I don't like. Pick the game you don't like, and I will probably not play bullets per minute. Is it bullets per minute? Because I'm probably going to do that one last anyway. Let's be real.
Now nimble. Watch your back.
I am bound!
Oh, you're right, master.
Okay, anyway. By the way, what is this quest called? Aid of the Emerald King. I'm gonna look for Gothic is not on the list. Come on now. Would have been Hellsinger. I don't want to play that one either. I'm just gonna look this one up. It's just like, because if these are in the back area, then I'm gonna need to play through the entire game again anyway. So Aid of the Emerald King. What is this? Through a fallen log bridge, which forms the path from the witch's house. Of the rock bridge, main path near the entrance. Okay. All right. Yeah. And I got it like 4 or 5 actually, so I don't even know where the other one was, but sure. Gotta add it then? Oh, I mean, go for it. As you know, you have to pay me an outrageously huge amount of money, or it's either pay me an outrageously huge amount of money, or pay an outrageously huge amount of channel points. Morrowind quests. Take care of themselves, baby. It's like 350. Yeah, give me 350. I mean, I'm not going to put the thing on the list, but I'll take the 350.
Wolves hunt in packs.
I'm not going to say no for that. Goddamn Loch Ness Monster. Oh, man, I haven't thought about South Park in a long time. Just like in general, really. Okay. Still got nothing. It's supposed to be some sort of log bridge around here, they were saying on the internet. I ain't giving you no tree fitty. No, I mean, I already gave you 85 hours worth of game time, or at least I will soon enough. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you should be ecstatic with the amount of content that I have given you here. You gave yourself a gift of a watchable series. I didn't give myself anything. I didn't want to do this. You wanted it. Chad, do I have to remember? Do I have to have you remember? You wanted this. You wanted this. You wanted this. This is what you wanted. You wanted this. Wait, this is regular goblin.
Even in numbers, a weakling is a weakling still.
Any shamans around here? What do we want, though? You wanted more Dragon's Dogma, and I was only too happy to oblige. Then the monkey's paw curled one of its fingers. And you're like, oh no, I didn't want this. Oh no, oh no. But the monkey paw was already done. Monkey paw had already done its filthy, disgusting work, chat. And the only one to blame is you. No one wanted this. Says the one who wanted it. The most of all.
Nimble. Watch your back.
Most of all. The lies coming out of your lying mouth here. I love KDA. I don't even know what that is. Man, where is this Shane? Yeah, that's why I said don't do this. No. All I heard was, yeah, don't do this, but your series is going to be forever bad, and I'll hate it.
I've been drenched.
So it's just like, you know, don't do this. Wink. Oh, no. I'm just saying this for legal reasons.
Do not just attack blindly.
For legal reasons, I am not telling you to do this. Wink.
It's a goblin.
Oh. E. So if anybody asks you about it later, like for right now, then you are not culpable in saying that you wanted this series. Ah, there we go. And that'll take care of that.
Tis a port crystal, master.
Tis a port crystal.
Is the internet a wretched hive of scum and villainy? And yet somehow in somebody's voice is heard. That's when they decide they don't want it. What is an eliminator? I don't know, I guess I'll go figure out soon enough.
Is our only hope in surviving such a place.
Not a rotten billboard.
I do like that they just give you even more kill X enemies quests in Bitterblack Isle. Not even in Bitterblack Isle. Just kind of out in the surrounding area. But, you know. You could have come here way earlier. Yeah, but would that make this any less tedious? Let's be real here. A little? Would it have, though? Would it really? Look, I can say this as somebody who did all of the Kill X Monsters quests in the entire game. In the entire game. All of them. Every single one. It would not have made it any less tedious. You get items to make stuff easier. Do you? Because, like, I know I've done all of the quests in the game. I don't know if any of them are actually worth doing. And I've done all of them. I've done every single... Huh? Oh, no, I was just sorry. I've done all the quests. I have done every single quest, and I don't know if there was one quest reward that was actually worthwhile. I mean, I don't know. I got a bunch of rift crystals from a different sky. Sure your soul's intact after killing 45 rabbits. Well, you gotta remember 45 rabbits also did come after the quest to kill... 5 rabbits earlier. So it's actually more like 50 rabbits, as it turns out. It's like 45 would have been a blessing compared to the actual amount of rabbits that I need to fight. By fight, I mean they're so weak that you can actually just pick up and throw them, and they die.
radiance.
It's pretty silly. So, where's the eliminators? Hello, I was promised eliminators? So far, I've seen no eliminators. I also don't even know what an eliminator is.
Oh, you're right, Master.
Is these? No. Ah, it's gotta be this guy.
It's damn tough.
Oh, this looks like something I would call an eliminator. Okay, no, you can jump on them. Not taking any damage though, which is weird. Why not? Guessing you were an assassin the entire game? Yeah, pretty much. I changed to like a mage or whatever for getting levitation for one of the from a different sky quests. But that was the only time that I really needed to change for anything. Yep.
I've learned a new way to fight there.
All right, then, come on.
Tough as stone. Please, help me.
So as of just yet, I have no idea how, like, what's the... Come on. Take more damage. Just do it. Take more damage already, dude. Your fight is going on too long. Ow. Why won't you just take some more damage instead of no damage? Get to break its armor? Well, how do I do that? Try dealing more damage. I'm trying! That move set that you just saw there was easily enough to take out the dragon. But this guy's armor is tougher than literal dragon scales. It's like he's just not really doing too much here. Well, I don't know what to do. Yeah? I mean, I got it stunned for a couple seconds, but it didn't actually do much, seemingly. So how you feeling, Eliminator? Feeling like you might want to start taking more damage? Maybe a little bit? That tickling your fancy here?
Please help me.
A good fight. So the thing I really like about this fight is how incredibly engaging it is. And how my pawns just die immediately. Which I expect for Fancy Dan. He's terrible. But everybody else...
Stop! No!
Yeah.
My consciousness.
You made him terrible. Look at this idiot who's not even telling me how to fight the thing. Ugh.
It was but a scratch.
Like, aren't the pawns supposed to exist to help you out in battles? I tell you. But then again, I suppose maybe not a lot of people did this quest to actually fight the Eliminators. So the pawns probably just straight up don't have information on how you're actually supposed to fight them. Well, it'll go to look. Here's the thing. I have already done one health bar, so I suppose eventually we're gonna get there. Just gonna be a grind. Gonna jump up on top, just like and start just shooting them with arrows.
Watch for their attacks. Evade, then strike.
Gotta fight 5 of these guys, by the way.
Please don't overdo it.
I have you now.
I will protect you, Arisen.
No, chat. You got any ideas?
No, they hold the advantage.
I mean, aside from just keep doing this. Because
I cannot take much more.
this is kind of what we're doing right now.
I've an ailment.
Help me!
I'm on my way.
Watch for their attacks. Evade, then
I'm
strike.
being attacked by a spider.
Just wait. You'll see what happens.
Tough as stone.
Try hitting the head directly. I did. Didn't do anything.
What I do makes them
although I might die before I even get a chance to try that out.
Watch for their attacks. Evade.
Oh, rousing incense. I think that's actually a pretty hefty healing item. Nope, just for that. Okay. Is there different damage types? Yeah, there's like blunt, slashing, etc. But I don't know if... Usually it doesn't happen. Usually there's multiple ways to take out enemies. That doesn't, require you to just... purely, rely... I mean, I guess there are the ghosts. So I don't know, maybe I gotta go get a pawn that does like blunt damage. I think that's kind of the only thing that I'm really missing here. So anyway, hitting the head is not really doing much. I'm gonna be honest. It's stunning him a lot. But as far as damage is going, I mean, you can see what's happening on screen here. Oh, great. Yep. Out of stamina. So, anybody else got any other ideas?
think well before striking.
I mean, I can also just, you could poison them. I might be able to poison them. I don't know. I'll never try. Do I have anything to do with poison? I don't know. Maybe blunt damage is the answer. I guess? Maybe I'll just go look this up online, like what the hell you're supposed to do. You know what? Here, let's just do that. Because this doesn't, I mean, like, I don't know. It's... Eliminator. What do you got? Because I got no other. Eliminator. Huge brawny characters. Bitterblack. There are 2 types of eliminators. Are undead. They're undead. Okay. Just large area. What's a strategy? Tactics. Can be frozen, vulnerable to torpor, petrifying arrows, I suppose. Susceptible to fall damage, perfect block. Different sound of each attack. God, there's apparently no strategy to use for this character. It's just this is the developer intended amount of damage that you're supposed to be doing. That's pretty poggers, I guess.
Please help me. I was clumsy.
I mean, I can. Do I have any like arrows do instant death stuff? It's just like, nah, bro. This is how you're supposed to do the fight. Huh. Whatever. Well, this is going to be one really lengthy quest to do. Use a mage with an instant kill spell, I guess? Huh. Man. What a good quest.
It's a heavy onus the men here bear.
Well. Wow. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, just, you know, hit it forever. That's the strategy. And whatever, just throw it away. Here, do you got any, I mean, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go look for, like, blast arrow, oil arrow, petrification.
Perhaps we'll be
Where's the guy in here? Here, do you have anything?
Traveling? No.
Tools. Nothing. I mean, I can get a brick, I suppose, in case I'm interested in that. Which
No.
I'm not really. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go check in my inventory. Maybe I have some petrification arrows or something, because I think that's about the strategy that I have right now. Start to end.
What will it be today?
Okay, so I got a bunch of these. Blast arrow, poison, silence, sleeper. Apparently do not have any sort of petrification arrow stuff. Nope. I don't know.
What will it be? Have you come again?
I guess, yeah, it's just like use a mage, I suppose, right? Oh, let me go get big mages out here, I suppose. You'll get out of here. You're useless. Yeah, whatever. Here is have a thing and oh my god. Forget just how much stuff they make you do. You know what? Here. Rather than going through that entire thing, I'm just going to go throw them into the pit. Hey guys, get over here. I'm going to go throw you into the pit.
Could it portend an end to all things?
That way I don't have to send like messages back with you and whatever.
I've never seen such
Feel
ill
something
omen.
from the depths of the world.
And that's how you get rid of a pawn, everybody. Okay. Now then. Make me do, like, give them gifts and stuff. Whatever. You know what the real gift is? I gave you the gift of death. Anyway. Now, what are instant death spells in this game? Celine, do you have instant death spells? Void spell, fulmination, lightning.
Yes, Arisen.
No, it doesn't really seem like much of anything. What else we got? Probably just do all of you. Okay, fine. All right, everybody, get out of here, so that you can, so that I can replace you with somebody that does better.
Yes, Arisen.
So what's the details with you? Yep. Has more eruptions of stone. Exequay from dark spells?
Yes, Arisen.
I don't know. I mean, I'll see if I can find that. No.
Yes, Arisen.
Hey, miasma, poisonous fog, da da da.
Yes, Arisen.
I don't know what normally has that as far as a skill goes.
Yes, Arisen.
It was an archstaff skill? Ah. I mean, I should go look up just how to do, like, the petrification arrows. No.
Yes, Arisen.
High bolide, honey, guiled seal.
Yes, Arisen.
Slizzy,
Yes,
what's your deal? No.
Yes, Arisen.
Yeah. Just want to see your stuff here. Here we go. Capable of destroying any foe. Okay. Hey, let's do it then. And you know what, you?
Yes,
I like your dumb hat.
I am honored.
Okay, now let's go see how this goes with the Eliminator this time. I'm feeling a little bit more confident right now, but also I'm gonna go pee real quick. All right, back to work. All I had to do was just flash bomb you there for a couple minutes, it seems. Oh, I gotta fight 5 of these. Well, hopefully the Exequay thing is enough to actually take it out, because I don't really have any other strategies when it comes to doing this.
What's this?
Yeah.
The once proud home lies ruined. Such a grand keep fell in a moment's time before the word.
So,
Ready, sir.
yeah. Does not seem that raw damage does too much to this guy. Might be able to go and buy like strength enhancing potions and stuff like that. I think those actually are effective, but I don't know.
Arisen, I am at your side.
Well, let's see. This is like a dungeon area, so still do have to do the full run through here. And once we get there, see how it goes. Probably should have bought. You know, now I'm thinking about it, I should have bought more. Should have bought more healing items too and stuff like that. Because this is an endurance fight and all that. Oh my god. Slizzy, you're literally the one character I need to have following me in here. Can you stop trying to fight everything possible? You know that you're just gonna die. I don't even know what you died to. Oh. Probably the Saurians.
I was clumsy.
Yeah, clumsy. Really just
Very well.
saying, come on.
Please, help me.
Okay. Keep yelling at them, and hopefully they will. Hopefully they will pay attention, and not just "'tis a troubling foe." All right, there it is again. Slizzy, do the thing. Slizzy, do the thing. Nope, Art died. Somehow the... Of course, somehow the, right? Oh yeah. Try you again. Okay. I think I have gotten pretty much everything aside from you. Good. All right. Was there like a salubrious brew on the ground or something? I don't want to take that. Okay. Well,
I cannot take much more.
let's see how this goes now. Unfortunately, the pawns are being as useless as ever, so, you know. Not really gonna get too much out of that. Now, am I? Ice to slow him, arrows or mage. Will slowing do more damage, though? Because it's not really slowing him that's been the issue. It's the fact that he takes no damage from anything. That has been the real issue more than anything else. Spell takes a really long time to cast.
I cannot move.
Man, I really got to get rid of that Hellhound. Yeah, it's like, as you can see, like, slowing is not really too much of an issue.
My consciousness fades.
Oh my god. But does slowing him make him take more damage? I guess we'll see in a second. Not really. Well, hopefully the mages have enough time to cast it. They did not.
Help me!
Go ahead, Slizzy, do the thing. She's trying, I think.
I suppose I went too.
It's kind of hard to say. I don't really know how hard she's trying.
I grant you fire's blade!
Okay, come on now.
Tough as stone.
They are tough as stone, it's true.
Freeze them where they stand, or makes them flinch.
Yeah, is that enough? Not really. I mean, it's kind of doing stuff. It's like kind of working. Is this game multiplayer? It is. Wait, it is, right? You can have like a second person in here. Good enough, I guess. You need to fight 5 of these things. Ugh.
Please, help me!
She started doing it. Yeah, well, sort of.
Evade, then strike.
Oh my god. Is this game multiplayer? I thought it could have been. I mean, I've never played a multiplayer. It had multiplayer. Not sure if the servers are still online. Okay. I have Fancy Dan. He's bad. He's bad at his job.
Burn them!
Oh, both of the mages are dead now too. On top of that, arg. Come on, guys. I'm just gonna keep stabbing this guy in the head. Keep casting spells. Okay. Oh, that was actually enough to complete the quest. Cool. I thought it was 5. Didn't it say that I need to do 5? No, evidently not. Huh. Huh. Whatever. You know what? It's like, all right, so I guess the plan for fighting that thing is that you just grind on it until it eventually dies, and also try using spells, I suppose.
Support crystal. One can reach it from anywhere.
You know, really, I should just be covering every single one of the 5 Garm. Okay. I should really just be covering. I should really just have every one of my secondary characters just be just be okay. I should really just have every one of my secondary characters just be mages at all points in time, right? Because I'm the one that does the melee damage, and it seems like everything else, you know. Cool. Yeah, let's look at that later. Oh, 12. All right.
An epitaph, perhaps?
Well, suppose that's something to think about then eventually. I mean, given the fact that every one of the pawns dies pretty quickly, I think I should just, like, focus mostly on characters that are going to be doing damage, right? Wargs, Garms. Figure this all out eventually. And ye old Bitterblack Isle. Or maybe I won't figure this out. I don't know. Where was the... It was just right up here, right? I think the exit. And I do have one of the moon gem things, but, you know, the area is also just gigantic, and it doesn't really look too different from each other is the problem. Garms are vulnerable to thunder stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to have... You know what? Forget about every other class. It's just going to be mages all out from now on. Like, why even... Oh, I actually do use... There's not even enemies in here. Why am I taking a stamina damage? Alright, so... What area are we going to now? Is it this one? Then let's go to the right. Using that same animation from that one, the one quest where you fight the guy that explodes. Well, this was total bust. All right, well, okay. I guess the void keys are the areas that actually lead to like places. And I guess the moon gem keys are there to exist merely to get you like loot. Okay. Fair enough. I was sort of hoping that it was going to open up a different place, but it does not seem like it. So, where am I going now? Well, I didn't go to the right, I think. It looks like. Go kill the giant. I don't think I... Do I, like, I don't even know how to, though, is the problem. I mean, I guess maybe with a bunch of mages I could maybe make that work, because maybe he's vulnerable to magic.
It's a formidable foe.
That could be worthwhile, but then again, it's just like, what am I going to get from killing the giant that, you know? I can't get the... Yeah, what am I going to get from killing the giant? Answer me that. Items for upgrading stuff? But upgrading what? These are going to be the items that I need to upgrade my stuff? Oh, molded carrot. Fuck.
What else did you expect?
Strength in numbers arisen.
Siren.
This will restore a bit of health.
Yes? I mean, we can go giant fight him, I suppose.
I'll take that.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but... Because I still don't really know what the strategy is. Alright. I guess I'll go check out that other area then, too. Wonder 100% not debate. I mean, as soon as I know what the gimmick is, it's not going to be difficult. And if the gimmick is just as simple as, like, you need magic to fight it, then, well, I now have that covered. Come on, go down already. Right.
Must be the leader.
I cannot take much more.
Yeah, I mean, I do actually have to have my pawn survive until they, you know, can fight him.
There's no normal...
So from here, go to the left. Well, let's see if I can't find anything else new around here. Okay. Silk lingerie. What? Well, How, is that, like, actually any good as a... Where is it? Oh. Ugh. No, it does not appear to be particularly good. Anyway. What else we got? There's so many different areas to go to. And all of them do not... And I don't really know if any of them are worth going to, is the thing. But whatever.
When jumping down a ledge, judge well the distance.
Oh, we can't wear it. I'll have to go change his class to being something that can wear that. Bitterblack gear level 1. Extremely cursed. And Steel Beak, which I'll probably end up dropping because it weighs too much. Seems likely. Okay, so yeah, this leads me back to the Bat Cave. Was this where I fought the evil eye, super evil eye? The extremely evil eye? Because I sort of remember thinking that it's like that was a thing. Maybe. Pilgrim's Charm. That's pretty expensive, at least. Do you mind?
You battle. I'll take you. I've learned new techniques against that foe.
Okay. What? Bro, what? Cover a fair amount of health.
Then strike.
And I got on-screen Vord. I'll be honest, I did not expect that.
Have we sufficient stores of oil? When jumping down the ledge,
This is goofy.
judge well the distance.
Well, anyway, Huh. I was literally eaten by that thing, which is... sure. Oh my god, again. I want to try going for it again. Leapworm jelly. Gross.
Think well before striking.
Now then, okay. Well, now that I know that it's going to do that this time, let's see what happens. Oh, I gotta wait for the animation to finish. Okay.
Coming to help.
Wow, that thing is pretty tough. Okay. Yep, that's the DS experience I mentioned earlier. That's dumb. Once again, it probably would help if I actually brought any healing items with me. All I got is a moldy carrot.
Have we sufficient stores of oil?
Well, whatever.
When jumping down a ledge, judge
Is it even
well
worth
the
fighting those? That's the real question. I mean, aside from just being, like, stupid. Anyway. Fine. Yeah, let's see what else we got down here anyway. Yeah, because I don't really think that there's any way...
Soaked to the bone.
Sewer used in times gone past.
Leapworm.
I've been stricken.
Man, there's a lot of these in here. We good? Bitterblack gear level 2 now. Okay. Well, I'll go do a little bit more exploration around before I stop that. Cut that out. Cut that out, you big old eyeballs. Hey, stop that over there. Hey, you guys, stop doing that. Trying not to get killed. Well, okay, Fancy Dan is fine. I don't care about him dying. Okay. And then was this the area that I fought the big eye? Maybe? I genuinely do not know. But it definitely seems very similar to it, if it's not the same.